warning to others to stay out of their territory. So the message we got.
now, Joseph, son of Lot, chosen of the Father in heaven, to be here and make you say, oh, that's why you guys practice and you're not doing that on the mic. Yeah, I feel like, praise be to Yahweh. Praise be to Yahweh. Thank you. Take my mom's stash. Take it out. How long have we been?
Getting out there and lighting fireworks that you're not supposed to light, standing on guard, maybe on a block wall, making sure the police aren't coming up the street and getting away with it. And yeah, of course, not causing any havoc.
Well, see, I didn't. There was a period of my life where we like to blow up army men. the little like figurines and put a fireworks on them. Yeah, but beyond that, I wasn't into mayhem and destruction and that type of thing. I didn't mind a bottle rocket every now and then, but that was back when we had smog and air quality wasn't a thing. That's true. It was always bad.
Did you know you can launch a bottle rocket into water and it'll explode?
Yeah, you are a juvenile delinquent.
Oh, yeah.
Reform. No, I did not know that, Crystal. Were you lighting them off in pools?
We were lighting them off. I lived in Indiana for a while. We'd light them off and shoot them into the White River at night, and they'd go boom, underwater, and they'd make a lot of noise. And you could take a orange juice can, stick it in some water, like a bowl of water, cut a little hole in it, stick a firecracker in there, like that. When the firecracker goes off, that orange juice can goes about 15 feet in the air.
Wow, I did not know you had that much time on your hands.
Yeah, I was unsupervised.
Oh, well, that's probably part of it. That's part of it. You probably got into a lot of stuff you can't talk about on here.
Yeah. But, I'd be happy talking about it, but...
No, I'm going to ask you in the hallway.
Okay.
It's the Gary and Shannon Show. Most LAM for Gary and Shannon, KFIA 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Now to the delinquent Chris Little in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
I'm lucky I'm here. The White House says President Biden has called the wife of WNBA player Brittany Griner, who's on trial in Russia for having fake cartridges with cannabis oil in them. Biden pledged that he is working to win Griner's release as soon as possible. Federal Reserve minutes show officials were concerned at their last meeting that consumers were starting to anticipate higher inflation and that much higher interest rates could be needed to restrain it. Policymakers admitted their rate hikes could weaken the economy, but suggested the move was necessary to slow price increases back to the Fed's 2% annual target. The weather is brought to you by Indeed.com. Mostly sunny, highs in the low to mid-70s at the beaches, low 80s for Metro LA and Orange County, mid-80s in the valleys, upper 80s to the 90s in the IE. We've got problems somewhere. Let me check it here. We've got problems. It's a crash in Cerritos on the 91.
It's on the 91 westbound right at Pioneer. Now this crash, it was a single car went into the bushes and then back into the lanes. Right now, the two right lanes are blocked because of it. And you've got a solid backup from Carmenita. Eastbound 91, you're on and off the brakes from Bellflower Boulevard. Still trouble in Glendale, 134 westbound Glendale Avenue. This crash has the fire department blocking off the two left lanes, and it is stopped coming away from the two. And if you're on the 134 eastbound, it's spectator slowing you down. Monticello with the work zone, 60 westbound between Wilcox Avenue and Garfield Avenue. The right lane closed until 4 o'clock today. And you still got a pretty big backup on that one, about to the 605. And in the backup, we had an earlier wreck, but it looks like that has cleared. KFI in the Sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jenny Harmon.
Hey, we think you could use some help meeting inflation this summer, and you can do so by going solar with SolarMax technology.
I told you I had a couple of electricity bills in a row, two of them that were in the negative, where the electric company owed me money. SolarMax helped me save money, and they want to help you tackle rising prices too.
Okay, paying too much for the gas, the food, energy prices. Stop those rising energy prices by upgrading with a SolarMax system for $49.93 a month, zero down, and a 0.99% APR.
SolarMax is local. They're down here in Southern California. Everything's under one roof. You're going to get low prices, quality control, no middleman, no supply chain wait, and visit the last year for that 26% tax credit.
Get a custom design system and a personal solar consultant to guide you for just $49.93 a month with zero down and a 0.99% APR.
Dial pound 250 on your cell phone. Say the keyword SolarMax. That's pound 250 SolarMax, or go to solarmaxtech.com. Monthly pay for vehicle approved credit. CSLB number 972 for you.
If summer is heating up your hiring needs, then you need Indeed. Their all-in-one hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Sponsor your first job and get hiring today by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Sponsored by Allstate. Saving money feels pretty good. Allstate. Better protection costs a whole lot less. Visit Allstate.com or call an agent for a quote today.
Are you like me? Have you gotten to the point in life where value is paramount for your hard-earned money? Hey, it's Neil Silvegro. When our home needed new windows, we called American Vision Windows, period. Their commitment to using the best quality materials and expert installers gave us the best value. The owner is Bill Cass. package, free sound package, no payments, no interest, for 12 months. Choosing to and save. CSLB number 778326. Trust the window company that I trust, my family and friends trust. American Vision Windows. Call in today. Get a free estimate. 888-226-9908. That's 888-226-9908. Or go to AmericanVisionWindows.com.
Hey, SoCal, going out for a drink? I'm attorney Darren Kapinoki of 1-800-NO-CUPS. Better have your seatbelts on, your front license plate attached, and your registration handy. Don't give them a reason. 1-800-NO-CUPS. Because no one looks good in handcuffs. Unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUPS.
Hey, it's Deborah Mark. If you want to sell your house or condo real fast and easy, call Seller's Advantage. They will buy your home as is for cash, and they will make you a cash offer within 24 hours. Whether your home is a total fixer-upper or in perfect condition. With Seller's Advantage, there are no realtor fees or commissions, no escrow fees, no repairs needed. You don't have to fix a thing. No open houses, so no strangers will be walking through your home touching all your stuff. Ugh, that creeps me out. No banks, no termite inspections, no hassle. The goal is to get you the same amount of money that you would get the traditional way without all the hassles and problems. With Seller's Advantage, you choose when you want to close. They will even advance you up to $20,000 before the close for moving expenses. If you want to sell your home fast and easy and get an as-is cash offer within 24 hours, call Seller's Advantage 888-321-AS-IS, 888-321-AS-IS. That's 888-321-AS-IS, or go to sellersadvantage.com. DRE number 01961658.
Summer is here. Be sure to keep your family and loved ones safe from infection while you enjoy your time together. Visit your local COVID clinic and get a PCR or rapid result test. Visit one of their safe and clean facilities near you. Life is for living. Book a test at covidclinic.org to keep the party rolling. covidclinic.org.
Make this the year you go to our iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Friday, September 23rd and Saturday the 24th.
T-Mobile Arena here in Las Vegas.
Buy your tickets now at AXS.com. Having the time of your life is more rewarding than ever when you visit any of the MGM resorts nationwide. With MGM Rewards, dine, stay, play, and earn on all of it. Get details at MGMRewards.com. Subject to warning and redemption limitations applicable to certain purchases and in certain states.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. The state of California has $100 billion surplus, and yet our taxes on gas go up. When does it stop? When is enough enough? The Tim Conway Jr. Show. We need the rebates for everybody, right? So you can take it to Santa Anita and Chevron. Weeknights at 6 on KFI. Gary and Shannon Show. We'll come in for Gary and Shannon. KFI AM 640. Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. And a conversation I wanted to have for so long, and I didn't have the opportunity. Usually just being on the weekends or the holidays, you don't have the chance to stretch your legs around certain topics. And I think that there's something really missed in the Brittany Griner conversation. The WNBA athlete who has been jailed in Russia for quite some time now. Her trial has recently started as far as whether she was trying to transport cannabis oil through the airport. If you know anything about Russia, yes, it's a rigged law enforcement system, like a 99% conviction rate. Yes, it's not beyond them to have planted the evidence there. And yes, it's possible that Brittany Griner actually tried to do it because we know that she uses marijuana products. So all these things are relevant to bring into the discussion. But here's something I think which has been less discussed. And this is for the people who are siding with Brittany, who believe that she did nothing wrong, she should be released, and America's not doing enough to bring her home. And I think you're a little short-sighted if you believe that. And there's some people who are saying that America doesn't care about Brittany Griner because she doesn't look the right way. She's not the right race. She's not the right sexuality. And so, therefore, America doesn't care about her. Let me put it in a different context. Brittany Griner, at this point, unfortunately, is very valuable to Russia. Russia is very unpopular on the world stage right now as they invade Ukraine. You have the European Union
declining to take any gas or oil from Russia. We have cut off our imports of any Russian oil. You've had companies like McDonald's pull out of Russia. So economically, Russia is a social pariah. But Brittany Griner represents American capitalism, and also Russia is aware of any protests or any public support of Brittany Griner. And at this point, she's going to be a political pawn. She has value to Russia. Because if there's going to be any type of prisoner swap between the United States and Russia for Brittany Griner, the asking price is going to be tremendously high. And I'm quite sure these discussions are going on behind the scenes, and the United States is not going to give away the store for Brittany Griner. And I know her supporters will say, do whatever you need to do to bring Brittany Griner home, and that's just not how foreign policy works. Russia is going to ask for way too much for Brittany Griner. Why? Because we're sending billions and billions and billions of dollars of aid to Ukraine while they're invading it. We are fighting a proxy war, if you will, in Ukraine, propping up Ukraine, making it more difficult for Russia to achieve their geopolitical ends. They're not going to do anything to help the United States unless it's at a tremendous price, unless it's going to be embarrassing to the United States, unless Russia can seem as if they got the better end of the deal. They cannot appear weak. They're not going to appear weak to their own citizens. They're going to make the United States wait for an inordinate amount of time to get Brittany Griner home, if they get her home. I suspect that they're going to find her guilty, that they're going to put her in Russian prison, at least in the short term, to send the public message that they have the upper hand on the United States. Now, I'm not so informed policy professional or expert, but I do know some of the basics here. And I do know the more attention that protesters and supporters breathe light into this in a public sense, the more that Russia understands that Brittany Griner is a valuable asset to the United States and can be used to embarrass the United States. And I think people lose sight of the larger issue. Russia's not going to yield, it's not going to bend, it's not going to be influenced by any type of public pressure. There's no amount of protests you can have, there's no amount of signatures you can put on a petition, there's no amount of demonstrations that you can have which is going to change the political calculation for Russia. Now, you may not believe that the United States is not working hard enough, but I don't believe, and I don't have any evidence to support this, but I just don't personally believe that's the case. If we just think about politicians being very selfish and concerned about their own political fortunes, anything bad which happens to Brittany Griner would be horrible for Joe Biden. Be horrible. The optics on it, like another Otto Warmbier situation, that's not what the Biden administration wants. But at the same time, they can't just give Russia whatever it wants in a prisoner swap. If it's going to be like an agent or some sort of intelligence operative in the swap, or if it's going to be a relaxing of sanctions for Russian oligarchs. Remember, we've had these sanctions put on any number of Russian people, and I'm quite sure that's a part of the negotiation. And the Biden administration is not going to want to seem like they've given away the store just to bring Brittany Griner home. So these negotiations are probably going to take months. I would be surprised if she's home anytime soon. I would be surprised, if only because of the nature of the circumstances right now. The war in Ukraine is the most important thing probably in a geopolitical sense for Russia. And anything they have to use as leverage against the country who is helping finance the opposition, finance Ukraine, is going to be used against us. I'm quite sure they've asked for way too much, and the United States has said, you're crazy, hell no, we're not giving you that much. And so the negotiation will continue because Russia needs to get something out of this. They're not going to give back Brittany Griner, whose supporters are putting negative pressure on Joe Biden and his administration, which is good for Russia. They're not going to give back Brittany Griner just because that would help the United States and it would help the Biden administration. They're not going to give Joe Biden a win, put it that way. So this is going to probably be a longer process, probably a long and uncomfortable process, and she'll probably have to spend some time. And here's something else in all this. There is the possibility that she actually did do it. She was there playing basketball, I think a year-long contract, and we know that she does use cannabis products, and it's not beyond the realm of possibility. Not blaming her, I'm just saying it's not beyond the realm of possibility that maybe she got a little too comfortable because she was a world-famous basketball player and maybe thought that some rules did not apply to her in a foreign country. I don't know that's the case, but it's possible. And we've heard that story many times before. If we think about LeAngelo Ball when he was in China and he stole some things from a gift shop, it became an international incident when he was on the UCLA team, and then the State Department had to get involved. Ariel Warmier, what I talked about, he was in North Korea acting away, which is illegal within the boundaries of North Korea. So it's possible sometimes Americans do things which put themselves in harm's way when they're in a foreign country, and then they lose control of the situation. I don't know definitively whether she was using cannabis products and tried to sneak it through in her luggage. I'm just saying that there is that possibility, and this situation is going to play out over quite some time, not a short amount of time. This is the Gary and Shannon Show, KFI AM 640. We're live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
If there's news, if things shift, if they stay the same, things change for better or worse, regardless of what's happening, you're going to hear it here. It's what we do.
KFI.
And KOST HD2.
Los Angeles, Orange County.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
A guilty verdict. I'm Chris Little, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. The man charged with killing rapper Nipsey Hussle in L.A. has been convicted.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, finds the defendant, Eric Ronald Holder Jr., guilty of the crime of first-degree murder of Ernie Ashkodon.
That's the rapper's real name. The jury also found Eric Holder Jr. guilty of attempted murder for injuring two other people during the shooting in 2019. The defense admitted Holder killed the rapper, but said it was a crime of passion after being publicly called a snitch. The family of a boy killed by a hit-and-run driver in Apple Valley says they want justice.
He did not deserve what happened to him. Please help bring justice to my son. Whoever you are, stop being a coward and do what's right and step forward.
The boy's older sister read a statement from her dad yesterday. The family says the boy and his 11-year-old sister were riding on an ATV Saturday when they were hit. 12-year-old died at the scene. His sister is at Loma Linda Children's Hospital with several broken bones and a severed spinal cord. The CHP says it's looking for a bright orange 2021 RZR Turbo S and Turbo S4. The man charged with killing 7 people at an Independence Day parade in Highland Park, Illinois, has confessed to that shooting. The alleged shooter made his first court appearance today. Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinert says the alleged shooter will remain in jail.
Based on the information that the investigation has produced so far, the judge found that the evidence was at such a level that he could be held without bond.
Police say he drove to Madison, Wisconsin after the shooting in Highland Park, where he saw a 4th of July parade and considered shooting people there with his remaining ammunition. Amazon bought 2% of a food delivery service, and now Prime members will soon have a new benefit.
A very tasty new benefit. Amazon is announcing that if you are a Prime member, you get Grubhub for free. CNBC's Jay Wells tells Wake Up Call members in the U.S. will get 1 year of free access to the service with 0 delivery fees. This just came out this morning, and as a result, Uber and DoorDash shares are down, by the way. Amazon attempted its own food delivery service in 2015, but shut down a few years later after facing tough competition. Jennifer Jones-Lee, KFI News.
A new study has found COVID-19 vaccinations slashed the expected death rate in the U.S. by as much as 58%, saving hundreds of thousands of lives during the first 2 waves of the pandemic. ABC's Derek Dennis says the numbers show just how effective COVID vaccines are.
It's a new modeling study that shows COVID-19 vaccinations prevented 27 million infections and 235,000 deaths among U.S. adults between December 2020 and September 2021.
The study published by the Journal of the American Medical Association says vaccines are the most powerful tools for preventing severe COVID disease and death. Southern California weather from KFI. Mostly sunny, high should be in the low to mid 70s at the beaches, low 80s for Metro LA and Orange County, mid 80s in the valleys, upper 80s to 90s in the high desert. On Wall Street, the Dow is up or down. Let me find it. Dow is down 68 points. S&P 500 is down 1.5. NASDAQ is up 4. The average price per gallon of gas in California is $6.22. Let's check your drive and see what's happening out there in Long Beach on the 710.
Yeah, we got a brand new crash, 710 southbound, right before you get to Willow. It is in the lanes, and you're going to see delays from the 405. If you're on that northbound 710, you're at a crawl from Ocean Boulevard. Also in San Pedro, 47 westbound, it is a work zone between Ferry Street over to Harbor Boulevard. The right lane blocked until 2, and you're crawling through there as well. On the 22 east side of Valley View, brand new accident involving a semi. They're making their way over to the right shoulder. In Cerritos, 91 westbound before you get to Norwalk Boulevard. 2 right lanes are still blocked with that accident. It's almost backed up now to about Beach Boulevard. Still trouble as well in Glendale. This on the 134 west side of Glendale Avenue. Got a wreck of the 2 left lanes are blocked, unable to move these cars. They're waiting for the tow truck, but you got stop traffic from Colorado Boulevard. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Jenny Harmon.
This hour of the Gary and Shannon Show is brought to you by SolarMax Technology.
Through July 31st, get solar for $49.93 a month, 0 down, 0.99%
For
APR.
details, go to solarmaxtech.com.
According to Zillow, average home values have increased more than 20%. With a smart refinance from Network Capital, clients saved an average of $762 a month. That's right, $762 per month. Incredible! Call 800-501-HIT. With a smart refinance from Network Capital, you can save money, get cash, and close in as few as 15 days. What are you waiting for? Call 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. That's 800-500-1448 to save on your smart refi with Network Capital. NMLS ID 11712. Not licensed in all states. Visit NMLS.
Ay, sí,